In this video, we're going to look at how the environment influences your traits. So remember that gene expression is how a gene becomes a trait, and this can change from cell to cell and from moment to moment. Also, most of your traits aren't controlled by just one gene, they're controlled by lots of different genes, and so they're called polygenic. So gene expression is regulated by proteins, and this can actually be influenced by the environment. And it can change which genes are expressed and how much they are expressed. So on the beneficial side, this allows organisms to actually respond to changes in their environment. On the other hand, this can result in incorrect expression and create a lot of different diseases. So one way that the environment can influence gene expression is by actually turning on or off different genes. So for example, during puberty, or the color patterns in many animals are based off of the temperature. Healing, these are all instances in which genes have to be activated. A specific example are Himalayan rabbits. So when it is warm by Himalayan standards, so it's still snowy out, the color gene is turned off and these rabbits are all white. However, when it gets really cold, that actually turns on a color gene and it puts pigment in the areas of the rabbit that are most susceptible to frostbite. Now, the bad side of this is things like cancer. And cancer is when the wrong genes are expressed, so when the wrong genes are turned on. Genetic predisposition means that you have genes that make you more likely to get a disease. So that means you could be genetically predisposed to a particular disease. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have the disease. Usually, having that disease happen requires some sort of environmental factor. So a big example of this is lung cancer. So in lung cancer, you might have genetics that make you at much higher risk, but if you don't smoke and you stay away from lung harmful things, then you could probably avoid lung cancer. If you don't, you're probably going to get lung cancer. Making more or less protein is also something that can happen. So for example, when you tan, or when you create insulin, or healing again, these are all instances where making more or less of the protein is important. So for example, when you're tanning, your skin responds to the sunlight, the UV rays that are actually damaging your skin cells, by making more melanin and causing your skin to darken. Now again, this can result in things like type 2 diabetes and different types of cancer. So the bottom line with all of this is DNA kind of provides a potential for you. So it provides a potential for your traits, for your disease risk, things like that. And then the environment kind of determines how that potential is met, and it can also change things moment to moment and from cell to cell. So it's a combination of nature, so your DNA, and nurture, your environment, that creates all of your traits.